What? What? Who are these two up here?
We've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going in life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning, YouTubers. How y'all doing?
Good morning. I'm Bunday and Gold Snipe at Farmer. Come on, son.
Yeah, don't change that channel. You're not seeing a commercial. We're really here.
See, happy chappy. Root.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm having to refresh my YouTubers. So I had to come home. Oh, hey, longboarding mom. Good morning. Yeah, I had to come back home to YouTube because I needed a vacation. The last 3 days were killer. I think I pulled something yesterday, but that was because I was sleeping.
Ah.
Yeah.
So tell us what the last 3 days consisted of. That I'm so proud of my trust.
Nothing big. Me and a group of guys that hang out here when I'm not on YouTube, we're all veterans, and we decided to go help a couple of communities that were hit this past week from the storms. Well, I should say this past weekend from the storms and destruction of the tornadoes and stuff. So we went over there to help clean and stuff. Nothing real big. So
No, nothing real big.
no.
You gave. The thing is
taking care of
this
tech.
wait a second.
So
This
what?
group of just wait a second. This group of retired vets got together and they went and helped clean storm damage. That's a big deal. That's giving of your heart and your time and your physical labor. I am so proud of you, Trust.
Well, thank
I've
you.
I've been bragging on you for to other people. So just so you know, if someone says, "Hey, I hear you did this," it's my fault.
You're gonna change. You're gonna ruin my reputation. I'm supposed to be an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're not an asshole.
Yeah. No, it's as with a Z, not an S.
Kind of like Shazbot, Choppy,
Yep.
Shazbot.
Yeah, I was kissing ass all over the place. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we were gonna take pictures and video, but when we got there, they asked us not to, and because of all the media that was there, we respected their wishes. But
Yeah. Personal privacy, and you know what? I get that.
yeah, and I did too. I wasn't heartbroken or anything, and I didn't have to worry about carrying my phone. We left them in the vehicle in the glove box, so we didn't have to worry about our phones getting broken or anything. Out of everything I had, that was the only thing I was worried about freaking breaking was my phone. But it was a
Yeah,
good time. Hot,
not
sweaty.
worried about breaking your body, but yeah,
Mm,
okay,
well, our bodies were already broken. You got to understand. So
that's too true, true.
but I did get an email from one of my buddies, Bobby, Bob, but he doesn't like being called Bobby, so I call him Bobby. We're supposed to go back to these communities. Well, one of the communities, because those two towns we went to in June, they want to do a luncheon for us.
Oh, how
So
nice! You guys
yeah,
so
so that's
deserve that.
nice. Yeah, he didn't give us a date yet because they're still trying to figure it out. But that'll be nice. It's gonna be like a picnic type thing anyway. So
And the reason you guys chose the towns you did is because why? Just out of curiosity.
well, for one, they're sort of close by. They didn't really get much national attention. And one town got hit by two tornadoes, softball sized hail, and almost the whole town. The population was like 800, and almost the whole town got basically leveled by the hail before the tornadoes came through. So that's one of the big things. And if they do get any federal money and all that, they'll probably be one of the last ones since they're so small. So
Darn.
yeah,
Good morning, Lady Bluegrass, and stack in with Kraken. Good morning.
yeah. And I know our I can't even think of the organization right now here on base. Habitat for Humanities. We have a military
Yep.
version here on base, and we contacted them. Well, I didn't contact them, but our group contacted them while they're there, and they're loading up trailers. They're getting donations from Lowe's, Home Depot, and one other, I think it's Tractor Supply, and they're going to be heading out to help rebuild portions of people's like roofs, houses, and all that. And of course, some of the people end up having to help fix their houses too, but the ones that can't, you know, the military are going to
Yep.
do all. So, which is also great because all the commanders and all that from our units in the squadron here are really being supportive and trying to do it like a down weekend, get as many people can go up there to help out. So,
Awesome.
but like I say, it's
So,
like Texans helping Texans. We keep it out of the media, and we don't ask for monetary donations and all that unless it's really, really needed to. And most of the time, our local areas and banks and all that will take care of all that, so we don't really go that way. Good morning, Lady Bluegrass. Good to see you.
well, just remember, guys, thank a veteran. That's all I'm going to say. Because they're there when you don't even know they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the good things when I was there that I noticed is that the churches that they had there didn't really get too much damage, which we were surprised because they had a lot of glass. Or the schools. Those mostly people's homes, farms, and all that really got most of the wreckage. So
So basically, the past just missed them, which is good.
yeah, I guess you could say the churches and the schools were in the right location of the town.
Uh huh.
Well, everything else wasn't, but hey, but they did get power back, which was good. Where there on the second day, the whole town actually got all power back, so we were happy for that part. One person was running a generator at his house because his wife has a dialysis machine, and he had to keep power going just for her machine. So, and that
Oh,
was the big thing
exactly.
she was worried about when everything happened. Good morning,
Good
Marla.
morning, Marla.
Yeah, tornadoes for some reason love roofs. Yeah, happy see Happy Chappy put on there about 2 years ago. This roof at work
Yep.
got torn off. Yep. So, but
Well, I'll tell you a really weird story about tornadoes.
mm,
1989, we had a tornado go through our neighborhood. Okay.
mm-hmm,
My block did not get touched at all. I mean, not a barely any tree branches or anything. One block over was like hell hit. It was terrible. Roofs were gone. Whole garages were leveled.
mm-hmm,
Trees down everywhere. A block away. I mean, literally a block away, which takes me maybe 6 minutes to walk over to that side.
mm-hmm.
It was it was amazing. Like I said, barely a tree branch in our yard over here. 6 minute walk around the corner. It was like all hell broke loose. It was craziest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh,
And
one thing.
I do knock on wood and thank God every day that it skipped us.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, they did FEMA actually. Well, not FEMA. I can't remember the
American Red Cross.
no the federal
Yeah.
emergency something or other, sort of like FEMA, but they go out to see what the check the path to see if there's an actual tornado that hit and what range and all that. They did
Oh, okay. Yep.
that second one that hit Knox County was a EF2, and they were trying to figure out what the first one was because the two had gone and crisscrossed that path so much that they couldn't tell. So, so they at least know one was an EF2. And the good thing
Good
was,
morning, built on a rock.
hey, built on a rock. Good morning. So, yeah, and Happy Chappy. A lot of people are realizing now that with the shifts that people don't realize that have happened with the magnetic north and south, Tornado Alley has shifted. Yeah,
Yep.
more communities are experiencing Tornado Alley a whole lot more. Don't believe me? Ask Kansas. I mean, they used to get maybe, if they're lucky, 20 throughout the season. I think they've already hit that in the first month. So, yeah. Everybody's worrying about hurricanes. They keep forgetting about tornadoes.
Exactly. See, I don't get hurricanes or that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
We get tornadoes. Yep. And blizzards and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah, depending how strong a hurricane is and how it comes on Louisiana and Texas coast, we could get a hurricane here. We've had hurricanes hit us. So,
Right.
and we're what, 10 hours away from the coast? Yeah, so it goes, hey, Joyce McKellar, good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
So, yeah. So, if you ever been through a tornado, I mean, actually been where you had to go in the shelter, your house got destroyed, or you're in there and hit your neighbors and you just got lucky and didn't get hit, don't take it for granted. I mean, don't be one of those trying to tape it on your phone and here it comes. Next thing you know, you get grass, a 2x4 in your body, and all that other stuff. They're not that something to play with. When I was younger, I'd
Gotcha.
just sleep. I'd sleep through the sirens and all that, and that's just because I naturally was a hard sleeper when I was younger. But now, freaking, I hear blade grass at the window. I'm awake. So
I hear you on that one too. I
yeah,
used
so
to sleep when the trail cams would go off too. Sleep through it when my phone would go dink because I got used to it just being analog. Well, in the last 2 years, every time it goes off, it wakes me up.
yeah,
Animals are not.
I gotta get my glasses on. It's hard to read paragraphs. See, Bull on the Rock said a F5 hit town 15 miles from me in 1927, destroyed the town, killed a lot of people. Town has recovered, of course, but never the same. History of what happened is interesting. Telephone system destroyed. Yep. Yep. I do that too. Not even after an emergency, but I like a lot of history, especially dealing with weather. And the one that really amazed me over anything else is the one that hit Galveston back in the 1900s, before they had the weather meteorologists and all that other stuff.
Yep.
There was so much devastation, so many stories. If you actually get into it, you'll hear about all the stories and all that.
Yeah. One of the funny things that was found over on the block over from when the in the amongst the damage were
Mm,
fish that it picked up when it crossed the lake
yep.
and deposited them promptly in people's yards.
Yep.
I was like, "What? There's fish." hmm
Yep.
That
So,
was kind of a surprising thing for me to see fish.
yeah. So I feel a little guilty because I really haven't checked the weather too much. I've been relying on the weather app,
Yep.
being busy, and the good thing for Texas, we only got this weekend to go through for all our storms and all that, and then we're going straight into summer starting on Monday. So yeah, we're gonna be in the 90s and hundreds starting on Monday all next week. So we're clear from all the
Mhm.
bad weather. I don't know about the rest of the country. Like I said, I haven't really concentrated on all that. I passed out hard last night. So, uh,
Dang, built
once,
on a rock.
yeah, well, some places, yeah, especially like ranches and, farms, they'll have a section where if they had, if they could use their tractor or any farm equipment they have, they'll move it to a certain area and just leave it there. If it's metal, well, it's metal, it sits there. The wood, they'll burn it when they get a chance to, but hey, you
That's
see that
crazy.
a lot of places here. You could take one of the country roads and drive to go to another town, and you can see an old house that's just been abandoned. You can tell it's been hit way long time ago, and it's just sitting there. Don't know who owns it. And usually, it's still family owned, and they just moved somewhere else on the property instead of where the house was. Just a lot easier and a lot cheaper, especially after a devastation like that.
Heck
So really,
yeah.
it really depends if the federal government comes in and helps. We really haven't heard too much about the federal government coming down here in Texas. We heard it up in Oklahoma because they got hit really bad. Still praying for people in Oklahoma and Kansas and
In Iowa.
yep, in Iowa. I mean,
I know National Guard from Minnesota, some of them went over to Iowa to help.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For a long time, I wanted to live in the Texas Hill Country, but the way the tornadoes hit there is like I don't know. So I never moved there. Beautiful country, a lot of snakes, a lot of wildlife, but the biggest factor was how the tornadoes hit the hill country because it's not flat land there. No,
Uh huh.
but I like it here. I'm comfortable here, and the base has a real good, you know, how would you put it, relationship with the community here. and we get early warning from the base because they're the ones that have all the, you know, the tornado sirens and all that. And when they blast it, you can hear it throughout the whole county. And our county's not small, so it doesn't
Mm.
matter how bad the storm is, you'll hear those sirens. So, but one thing for sure, if you hear a train, believe me, and the thing I like here in this community, we know when the train's coming through town, middle of the night, middle of the day. So if it's not that 3:30 train coming through town, and you hear it, you know it's a tornado. So
Yep.
everything works on time clock here for trains. Oh, which reminds me, last week, because of the weather and a tornado, we had a train
Yeah.
derailment here just about 20 miles west of us. That never got put in the national news or anything.
Huh.
It was a
Yeah.
minor one. Only about 4 cars got derailed, but it was enough to cause problems, shut the train system down till they got it investigated and fixed and reloaded and all that other stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm still wondering what all the protests are are getting people. Okay, so we have all these protests going on that people are watching. What is going on that we really should be watching other than this protest crap?
Yeah.
There's always something behind it. What
Well,
aren't we seeing?
no, I think people need to wake up on these protests and realize a lot of these colleges are having the protests are all liberal ones. They're all Democratic. Hey, Lady D, good morning. Are they training domestic terrorists? That's the way we should. That's the question we should be asking. Are these colleges training domestic terrorists? And we should call them domestic terrorists. I saw a
Exactly.
video. I saw a video on one where they were breaking windows and stuff.
Oh
But I
yeah.
didn't. I didn't hear no students freaking getting shot for breaking a window. But they did it on January 6th to a veteran. That gets.
And people that are being arrested, they're finding out there was 34 people arrested at the one, right? Out of the 34, only 4 were actual students that went to that school.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And if they weren't students, they shouldn't have bonded out. They should have left them in there, no bond or criminal trespass right off the bat.
So, gold sniping farmer, are you talking about Kent State that happened on the 4th? Is this all another lead up to something like Kent State happening? It could be.
I don't think it'll be that bad. Look at the one that's going on right now in California. They're at a standoff right now. A standoff. You got cops with SWAT, you know, all the riot gear and all that, and they can't even go in and freaking throw cuffs or plexi cuffs on these freaking kids and drag them out. And I've been hearing half these freaking schools have been like, demanding food and all this, so they're going to starve. Starve. We're not here to feed you.
Yep. And who are they to demand anything?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, nope, your failure to plan does not constitute emergency on our part, dumbass. You just figured out it's not like your mom and dad's basement that you've been living in for the last 6 months, huh? Yeah, and anybody that puts a Palestine freaking flag up and takes the American flag down should be classified as a domestic terrorist on a protest. And I
Uh
can't.
huh.
And these universities that are doing bending to the ways of these domestic terrorists should lose all federal funding right off the bat. I agree with the billionaires that are stopping their funding to these schools because I wouldn't want to be paying for these schools.
Uh uh.
Nope.
Nope. There's a lot of them that have pulled all their funding.
Nope. And the federal government needs to do that too. Stop freaking excusing freaking student loans, Biden. Start pulling. If you want to freaking have money to play with for the Ukraine heads, then pull the federal funding from these schools that are freaking having domestic terrorists.
Yep. Al Bundy, I truly believe there's some money behind this somehow that is paying these stupid professors to encourage it.
Yeah,
Just saying, my opinion.
yeah,
Because, like they say, follow the money. Which right now, I kind of been tracking where some of this money is coming from that helped them get, what protesters got to start with.
yeah.
So, yep, I'm doing a money dig. So
Yeah.
you may hear about
Hey,
it
Cody
on
Chunky.
Sunday
Yeah,
on Kin TV. So, yep.
yeah.
Going Junkie IG. Good morning.
Well, I guess our special guest can't make it.
Well, I tell you what, if I end up dropping, I'll be right back.
Oh, not a problem. I was going to say if she can't make it now, maybe she can make it at high noon. I haven't posted the high noon yet, but we are going to do a high noon. So we will be back at 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. And maybe we'll have our special guest here. She can update us on other stuff. But, hey, keep looking up at the stars in the sky. And look at the funny stuff that's coming at us. Oh, Lady D's like, oh, we get a high noon too? Come on now. Told you I want to take a vacation. The only way I can take a vacation is come back on YouTube.
Dun dun dun.
It's not
Am
like
I
I can work
back?
outside. It's all rainy and
Nope.
wet and everything else.
Shoot.
So, what happened? All I heard was shoot. She must have got a phone call. Yep, she got a phone call. She had dropped backstage real quick. Ooh. See, that's what I want. I want to find some property that I'm like 50, 60 miles away from the nearest town. That's what I want. Just be away from everybody, just live out in nature, enjoy my days and my personal time with Jesus, and get on YouTube. Of course, my price for internet will probably have to go up once I go work out a deal to get an internet tower put in on my property, so it won't be so bad. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Phone call.
I swapped and then I came back in and
Mm.
I had no mic.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go all the way out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Our special guest is probably dealing with the geriatric.
Yeah.
So
So maybe she'll be able to make it if she's awake for high noon. And if not, we'll just have to try to get her another day. Anybody in chat kind of figure who we're talking about? I'll give you one hint. Meow. Oh, that's two hints. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do stock up, Lady B. I agree. Built on the Rock must. When you live that far from a grocery store, yep,
Yeah.
get them a cent.
That's what I was saying. That's what I want to do. I don't live that far out. The only big thing I need to do is have like a 200-gallon tank for gas. So I could just fill up there, not have to go to town. I can have the truck come and unload on me, and I just pay them.
Yep.
Probably bigger. I'm just estimating about 200-gallon. It'll probably be like a 500-gallon. And then I can hook up my generator and all that, and I'd have constant freaking flow of gas for all my equipment, and not have to worry about stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. I
Say
know.
that.
I don't know what time your guest is coming to your house. But are we doing good
Uh,
for now?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know if
It's
they're
a
coming
good.
between the two shows or
Yep.
okay. It was going to be after high noon. That's where I had to cut off high noon at a
Yeah,
show.
no, about 9:30.
Oh, okay.
our time.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, we'll definitely be done before then. It just turned 9 o'clock here, so.
Yep.
But want to remind everybody, I haven't heard anything different for Shift Kickers, so May 8th is still on the agenda. If y'all remember
The
what May
only
8th.
thing we're trying to work out is time because there's special guests that I would really like to be there, and because of where they live,
Mm-hmm.
so it might be like a 5 p.m. type deal
Mm-hmm.
central.
Yeah.
Yep, which I think would probably work out better. We're just
Mm-hmm.
working out some details, and it'll start getting posted out this weekend. Hopefully,
Yep.
yep,
Matter of
yep.
fact, this weekend, if it's raining real bad, I'll be working on the racing thing. I got to download that and figure out the games and all that. Maybe just
Cool,
do them.
cool.
Shift's already suggested what to do, so I'm going with that. But hey, if we got time to kill and got guests up there, we could always just play around with stuff. So
Yep. Well, and I'm gonna have people up there that can share screen with you anyway. So,
yeah.
yep, for sure.
Oh, there was a grocery store. Supposedly, it said it's a family store. It's been around for a long time, but they got several. They just filed for Chapter 11 and closing all their stores. And I never heard of this freaking grocery store before. So it must be up like in the Northeast or the East Coast or something. So I want to say it was like Simmons or something or another like that. I'm trying to see if I can find the stream on it again. But see, I haven't kept up with anything. I didn't even know the Indonesia freaking volcano blew. I have to go watch
Yeah,
that video.
yeah, I heard that yesterday.
And I heard they shut down all Alaska Airlines too, and the senator's not too happy.
Is that because they're all Boeing planes?
No, the FAA did some kind of new regulation or whatever, not allowing planes to fly, and it affects all the Alaska airline planes. I'm not really familiar with it yet, and I got to look more into it because we do have Beach Charmin here, and she does fly to Alaska every year, and she knows a lot. So I don't want to get that wrong before I really get into it. So, but that's pretty a big thing if you're shutting down a state's freaking airlines.
Yep.
I mean, luckily it won't shut down the little what do you call them? Crop duster planes that fly supplies to the hardened areas north of Alaska, but it does shut down all the pasture ones. Ghost After Farmer says that recent volcano blew over 40,000 feet. Woohoo! Good thing it was over in, in the middle of the circle of fire or whatever they want to call it. Nowadays, they keep changing the name of them all.
Yep.
And Bill on the Rock says federal government says she's on the frontier. Yeah, that's how Texas considers us here in West Texas. We're on the frontier because if we got 20% of the state populace living in West Texas, that's because they're counting 18% of them all living in El Paso. There's not many of us that live in really deep West Texas, so people tried to live in here, they'd quit, they'd give up, they'd do things to themselves because they wouldn't be able to handle it. Because the heat will get you in the summer, in the winter, the wind. It gets cold here, but the wind is the worst part out of the winters when it's really cold.
Let's see.
Ooh, wow. That is a small country store there. That's what I. Yep, smaller than the HEB's produce department. Well, nowadays you haven't been to the super HEB's. Yeah, the produce department's bigger than a lot of other stores around. But
Crazy.
I know what you mean about a lot of the stores being that way. So yeah.
That's kind of like if I'm up at the cabin, we have to drive 30 minutes to an actual grocery store.
No.
Uh-huh. I mean, they have this little tiny country store that's run by the res, but yeah, it's way too expensive to buy like, anything that you really really need. Yep. I mean, milk and everything like that is super expensive there. So we try to make sure we have all our stuff beforehand. Yep.
No.
It's kind of like, as my husband said, damn tourist trap. Hmm.
So you able to get your windows put in your cabin?
Yep, that's all done. Happy Deo Deo. And they turned out awesome.
Great. So now your cabin's ready for visits over the summer.
Just about. We gotta go up one more time and open, totally open everything up.
Air it out and
Yep, get the water back on and all that. We didn't do any of that. We
yeah.
just left it because, yeah, for now. Nope. And we checked all the mouse traps in the sheds, the two sheds we have.
Mm-hmm.
Only caught one mouse over the winter, and it was pretty flat. There was nothing in it yet anymore.
Well, that's good.
So we had to have caught it like right after we shut things down. It had to gotten in the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was pretty decimated. Uh-huh.
So I got one piece of advice for people. If you're in chat and you've always wanted to know what plants you should prep or plant to cultivate for prepping, go to simplefamilypreparedness.com. Simplefamilypreparedness.com. They got an article on there that talks about 19 native plants every American prepper should cultivate. And that's for cooking and medicinal purposes and all that other stuff. So if you ever wondered, you got one website right there that'll give you everything that's going on.
Cool, cool.
So, I keep seeing all these articles about, how to raise garden beds. You
Uh-huh.
just, I mean, you could go buy them if you want the metal ones. If you got wood, just build a box,
Right.
you know, and choose
Get your hand
your,
on a couple of pallets.
you know,
Tear them apart, repurpose.
you know, oh, well, let's see what longboarding mom said. I just paid for brown sugar at our little itty bitty market. Otherwise, I would have to drive 40-minute round trip to town. You pay $4 for brown sugar. Wow. Yeah, and if you know longboarding mom, you check her out. She needs that brown sugar when she's cooking. The
Oh
last,
yeah.
last video I saw of hers was she was getting the upside down pineapple cake. And she gave us the update on her hubby and his treatment. So I don't know if she's dropped anything else, but it's been a busy week for me. So I'm sorry if I haven't. So, but I will catch up to it. I guarantee I will catch up to it. So I barely
Yeah.
made today's something to talk about video. Luckily, there was only 3 items on it. So I was like, lately there've been 10 to 12 to 18 freaking items on there, and that takes about 30 minutes for an 18 thing video to look it up everything. So,
Yep.
but, no, I did experience one thing. I learned a lesson yesterday's shift. I'll admit it here because I admitted it on the stream last night before it started. I had Chinese food because you know
Yeah.
me, I was going to cook. I was too tired, and they delivered it, and I was eating and had my stir fried rice with General Chow's chicken, and I took I mixed it all up, all nice and proper, and all that to make it taste really yummy. And took a bite of one, and boy, I didn't realize how those Chinese peppers, how hot those Chinese peppers are when you're not expecting to eat one.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like them, but they can be
Oh, I
hot
like
and
it too.
steamy.
And I usually like it when I know that they're in there, but there was one just hidden. And then the whole thing only had one. That's why I was surprised because I didn't order, any pepper or
Chilies.
anything in mine. I've been
Yeah.
trying to avoid it. And boy, when I bit in that, ooh, yeah, I was trying to recover my tongue for about 20 minutes last night.
Ooh,
And,
hot
and
shiitake.
yeah, and normally I can eat peppers because I know I'm going to eat them. And it won't bother me. I'll taste the spice. I'll do a little sweating, but it won't affect my tongue and all that because I'm expecting to eat them. When you don't expect it, ooh, that's when it hurts. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Anytime I order the General Tso's chicken, I always get the extra spicy.
Mm,
And make sure that I look at all the little peppers so I know where they are when they go in my mouth. Because I agree, if I know I'm eating them, I can deal with my tongue don't end up hurting.
yep.
I get the runny nose and all of that good stuff.
Yep.
But if I don't know where they are and you take a bite and you're not ready for it, ooh baby,
Yep. But okay, well, we're gonna have about 15 minutes before your guest shows up. So, and this is a personal guest. It's not a show guest.
right?
So, I guess what I got bored for the rest of the day until high noon, 11 Central, is I got to work on getting that scheduled and put into the streams. While Chef Cooker's going to do her thing. I know she probably has to do a couple of things before her guest gets there. Plan out her meal, defrost something. I don't know what you're cooking today, but
Uh, I brought up a big pasta salad that brought that up north with us, and there's still some of that left, so that's what I'm going to do. We got to finish that off. And yeah,
mm-hmm.
as simple as possible today. I'm still pretty tired, and I got grief. Trust, I got yelled at.
Why?
Why didn't? Because I didn't post on my community page that I was going to be out of town all day.
You didn't.
No, and I had people wondering where I was. So
Ah,
yeah.
slacker. You're slacking.
Hey, I got back. We left at 5 in the morning, and I didn't get back until like 8:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So we appreciate you coming and joining us this morning. We're back, and we'll give you a list of who's going to stream and all that, or we'll post it on Shift Kicker's community page today because she's going to be fully back.
yep.
But we'll let you know at high noon today. I appreciate
So
y'all
that's
coming
what
out.
I'm doing.
Maybe we'll have a special guest or two or three. You never know. And I have more on these stories. So I could do some 5 minute research here, 5 minute research there to give y'all what's going on that the national news ain't covering. And maybe Schiff will bring up more about the protesters. What else are they demanding besides pizzas, McDonald's? What else? I heard some weird stuff that they were asking for too. Oh yeah, they wanted riot shields and helmets and flashlights with those.
Yeah,
What do you call it? Those laser freaking phaser lights or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. This
I
is what
hear
you.
ya.
This is what you get. A set of flexi cuffs. We're gonna hog tie you and carry you out like a pig.
Rubber bullets and tear gas.
Yep. Yeah, they're too. I don't know. I don't know if the police department there in California was trained to use tear gas or not. Maybe that's why they're doing this standoff thing.
Yep.
But awesome. Yeah, thank you, Lady Beast. The strobe lights, exactly. So, but
And you know
trying to
how it
think.
goes. So, yep.
But
So, until high noon, guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Smile at somebody. You never know how to change their day. And don't forget, check on your neighbors.
you you could change their life just with a simple hello, smile, and showing them that you care. I mean,
Mhm.
and of course, like always, remember to tell your loved ones you love them, even if you're mad at them, 'cause you know what's going to happen in 5 minutes, 24 hours. And we hope we see all of you plus more on High Noon. And maybe we'll have some more details about May 8th. You never know.
Nope.
Let me see. Where's our closing stuff at? I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not used to this yet. Dun, 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 dun. Where's that? Where's it? There it is. All right. Well, I'll see you in a little while, Shift.
All
Have
right.
a guest. We love you.
Okay. Love you too. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. See you at High Noon.